Okay. Give me just half a second to make myself presentable. Um, which I mean, we live in America. I should be presentable no matter what. But call it me being particular about my appearance. Which, if I were really particular about my appearance, I would have straightened my goat, which I did not. So, I need to find a code for the live stream that I am running right now. I'm 40 seconds into it. I'll give you a proper announcement once we get what I need right there without mucking anything up. Copy. All right. Okay. I think I got that without mucking anything up. But now I have to come over here and oh, wow, we hit 8 backers. Wow. I'll look at that in just a minute. I think we got another PDF backer, which is amazing. Awesome. But now I need to go over here to streaming and Aethyrblood launch. That is not. So this is where we're going to do stream ID, paste, and we're going to do 22 and then 30, and then we're going to do 2300 p.m. Save. Please select a valid. I said 30. Okay, save. And I'm sorry, once again, we are having technical issues. Why are you not wanting to do that? When is your stream ending? It doesn't seem to like the fact that I'm ending it this month. Please select the nearest values are 20, 29, 33, and 33. Okay, so I'm just going to do 33. Well, I don't know why they want me to put in that extra buffer there, but hey, if they say that'll work, that'll work. Okay, so we're about to go live here actually on the stream that's connected to the Aethyrblood Chronicles on BackerKit. I am waiting to see something showing that we're there. Okay. All right, yeah, we've got roughly about 10 minutes. So I will be joined by an assistant writer that we just hired. He's a really good kid. I really appreciate just the stuff that he's come up with us so far for his audition. It was really, it gave me a good chuckle. I really appreciated it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. And why in the world did it? Okay, I've got to fix my times here. So this is actually going to be 21, and this is actually going to be, instead of 23, that would be 22. All right. Okay, now that's right. Okay, so yeah, we've got about 10 minutes before this launches. Hopefully, I've got it right this time. I know this morning was a dreadfully comical situation that hopefully will not repeat again. Um, so I don't see 10:30, 10:30. Okay. Hopefully something will pop up here and be like, hey, hop in the stream. You know, I want to see who my new backer is, because this is kind of the way things went earlier this morning. Um, and my new backer is Dylan. Do I know you, Dylan? We're actually going to look at your information real quick just because I want to see. I do not, okay, it's a comic book character of some sort. I cannot make it out because of the detail, but you just pledged at the etheric gamer level. So, Dylan, whoever you are, I don't know if you're going to go back and rewatch this at a later time, but thank you for your pledge as an etheric gamer. I really look forward to getting that to you here in a couple of months. And who knows, maybe you'll be the secret winner of the night, because I've got a huge award in store for somebody, provided that we make it to 10 backers. And that's the key thing tonight. We have to make it to 10 backers, which fortunately, um, we're only 2 backers away. We're at 8. We need 10. Oh, yes. Exciting, isn't it? I can't believe I just did that on camera. Anyway, forgive me, please. I'm overly excitable. um, so yeah, and we have 8 minutes before this goes live. I just hope it actually works because this morning I was so ready to do a live stream and I did a stream. However, it did not go out live. No one, in fact, watched it. And yeah, it was a colossal waste of time. However, I'm decided I'm going to air it as a kind of a, what do they call it? Oh gosh, I haven't watched them in so long. I don't even know. Um, the behind the scenes gag reel. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to do like a gag reel one night so you guys can laugh at me doing that for an hour. Or 45 minutes, however long it took me to realize that I was going completely insane and making nothing for it. So it was pretty funny. All right. We're just prepping to make sure Michael can actually get on stream with me here in about 7 minutes or so. 6 or 7.5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes, somewhere in there. I'm not keeping a direct second count. No, I'm not. Not at all. But we're just trying to make sure he can join in the live stream because he's got some friends that are going to be joining us as well, and seeing if we can do something that they like with their money, which, that's the whole goal here, is for you to give us copious amounts of cash and for us to do something that you like with that money. So yeah, that is the whole theme of things, and hopefully it will go favorably for us. But I want you to know, I don't script this stuff out. I have a general outline that we're going to follow. But that's out the window because I'm going to put my writer on the spot, and he's going to be asking me questions until everyone shows up and starts asking me questions. So yeah, I'm going to put him on the spot, and he's just going to have to shut up and deal, and adapt to the reasons why we call ourselves haphazard projects, basically, is because you never know what the hell is actually going to go on. And I'm very proud of that. It broke my heart to write a schedule of our game releases for the next 2 years, which you can actually find on this backer kit project page. I'm not sure exactly where, but I can hunt that down for you. 5 minutes and counting. Who's counting? You say, not me. But yeah, so in fact, if you're watching right now, I will do you the favor. I will go through and find out where that is. So I know it's on story. So if you go to the left-hand column of the actual project, and I'm doing this right now, go down the left-hand side to a look forward, what is coming up for 2025 to 26. And you click on that hidgeridoo linky thingy right there, and it's going to pop up. It's going to pop up. There it goes. And it's just sections of block text right now. This is why I have an art staff now, so they can actually put in, nice art for me. But bless their souls, they haven't done anything yet to earn their paycheck. Well, one of them did. One of them's getting a nice bonus for what he did, and I'll be showing off what he did here in about 51 minutes or so. Not that I'm counting. Who's counting what? I'm honestly not keeping track of it down to that point of an instance, because I would be crazy to do such a thing, wouldn't I? So yeah. Anyway, we're sitting here, and we've got 3 minutes till this is supposed to go live, and I'm seeing nothing on the backer kit page whatsoever that says join in the chat. Now, just so you know, we are live streaming also, and have been for 12 minutes now, on my YouTube channel. So this is going to be interesting if no one shows for this, and I just stream on my YouTube channel with all my snackages back here and my drinks right here, all my panic medications right here. I just want you to know this is actually water. This is not panic medication. This is backup for the soda that I am running out on because I've had way too much today, along with coffee that I've had way too much of today. Yes, indeed. All right. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Can you see me staring down the barrel of 2 minutes? Yeah. Let me see here. What does this button do? I don't know what that button does. I'm scared to push it because I don't want it to for everything to crash down and fiery horror-y explosion. So we're going to go back here and see, because now we have less than 2 minutes, nearly 1 minute, and I have not seen anything pop up here on the Aethyrblood Chronicles and say click here to join. However, we're also still looking at 8 backers. I realize that I have already said this, that we are at 8 backers right now. I'm not looking at the money point right now because that's inconsequential. We have 115 days left in this bad boy. The reason I say we are 8 backers away is because once we hit 10 backers, that is going to be when we decide, okay, we're activating the secret surprise award that I announced earlier. And then at any point in time, once we get to that point at the end of our Q&A tonight, we will roll randomly, appropriately enough, and get a result for the number of backers that we have so far. Sorry, lots of text messages. I want to make sure they're turned off here, so no one should be calling me at this point in time this late whatsoever, because we have less than a minute to go. And they know what I've been trying to do all day today, and that is, get backers specifically for today, because I told myself I want 10 backers by the end of the day. I don't know if we're going to get there, but if we could get those 2 extra, okay, look at that. We're about to go live in a matter of seconds. I'm waiting to see something happen on the Aethyrblood backer kit right now, because moments away and it will go live. just realized this is the first moment I shut up in quite some time. I've been talking nonsensically for a good period of time, and I'm still doing it. Less than a minute away. My vision's going blurry. Okay, it is officially time for this bad boy to roll over and tell us, join this event, please. And heaven forfend, nothing is happening. I am almost in panic mode. I've been talking for nearly 16 minutes nonstop, and there is nothing showing that you should be joining in the chat right now, because it is 10:31, and like the time of an eclipse, it's gone. You know, it was supposed to start, and it did. It came. Nothing happened. This is not cool whatsoever. So I don't know what has happened. So we're going to go back in here, and I'm going to look at streaming, which says in stream. It says we're live right now. But are we really? Do we have anybody? Yes, we have somebody joining us. Yes, we are indeed live. Someone has seen the update. Even though it does not say anything on the Aethyrblood Chronicles backer kit right now, apparently we are live because someone, bless their hearts, has joined us here. Who do we have with us now? The first person of the night. Just say a little something into the chat, please. Humor me. Oh, it's Michael. It's my writer. Okay, cool. At least he made it here. Michael, did something pop up on the backer kit page that says click here to join the chat? It's going to be a very dull conversation because he can't speak right now. We have to read his letters that he types up in a little chat window. Brilliant thing, technology. Oh, he got an email. It just popped up when you were waiting here. What popped up? Is there something on the main page of the backer kit that is now saying join the stream? Is that what it's looking like right now? It's cool that you got an email. That's awesome. But like, I see nothing on the main page right now that says anything. Well, of course, nothing would not say anything, but you know what I mean. Like if I look at the backer kit right now, it does not say anything about being live. Excuse me. But if I go in the settings, it says we're live. I don't know what to make of it. Really and truly, I am confused. Able to click a YouTube icon. YouTube icon. Where is there a YouTube icon? I must find it. Where is this YouTube icon? Where is this thing you speak of? Is it an update in the community or something? Is that where it is? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I can point at myself now. Yeah, I look like a complete douche. They've got this really weird little like time scroll, you know, to where my reactions and what's shown on screen is like weirdly disconnected. You know, I forget what the technical term is. Right now, I'm just going to call it weird. But anyway, so Michael, since you are with us, I'm going to go over to the live stream so I can actually keep track of the chat here. Yeah, Michael, what you did not know coming into this is that I am going to put you on the spot tonight. And the You're going to be driving chat tonight. I just hope you're comfortable with that. Oh, you're used to people putting you on the spot like that? Okay, well, dadgummit, I wanted to be special. Um, okay, so here's the thing. Michael has been doing a base amount of reading on the game. I don't know how busy he's been recently, but he told me that he started to look through some stuff. I don't know how far into the book he got, and frankly, I don't care, because like I put him on the spot the other day, and I was like, "Here, this is your application. Finish this," and he did with aplomb. It was really well done. So now, testing him without him knowing he was going to be tested was not at all part of his application process. He's in. He's got the job. He cannot go anyway. He cannot go anywhere. Yeah, it's too late. You can't back out now, even if you wanted to. You are all but contractually obligated. Dadgummit, did I say that? Okay, technically you can back out if you want to. But anyway, so what I would like to see happen here. We got somebody else joining us. Thank you very much for joining us at the 21-minute mark of my ramblings. Who do we have with us now? If you can just show us in the chat who you are, just give us hello or whatever. I would very much appreciate it, just so I know who's in the chat out there. And we're waiting. I'm kidding. I know there's a delay on this stuff, but if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. Okay. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm trying to put Michael on the spot right now. Basically, what we're going to do is Michael is going to drive the Q&A session tonight. He is going to ask questions about the game that hopefully anyone who is ignorant about who we are at Haphazard Projects, and I think I chased the other viewer away because they just dipped without saying anything. That's okay. Hopefully they'll be back. So yeah, from an outsider's perspective, because he still kind of is an outsider. He's not used to working with me under any circumstances whatsoever. Michael, what I'd like you to do is ask questions pertinent to your specific understanding of the game, of Haphazard Projects, our history, whatever you feel like you want to ask on behalf of anyone who might jump into the chat. And then at like the 30-minute mark, we'll turn it over for other people who might be in the chat with us. And then we're going to have a reward, because hopefully we'll have hit 10 backers by then. I don't know, because I'm no longer set to actually look at the main page. No, we're still at 8 backers. Hopefully we'll hit 10 backers, and we'll be able to give away this free reward for the backers that we do have so far. So yeah, Andrew, you're back. Checking the backer kit page, or checking on the backer kit page earlier today. I cannot speak. Okay, well, again, I don't see you in chat right now. Hopefully, you're still hanging out with us and can hear us. Yes, thank you, Michael, for doing the appropriate thing and saying hello to people in chat while I just word vomit everywhere. Hello, yes. I'm so glad you could join us tonight. So Michael's about to start asking us questions. For the first 30 minutes, this is going to be an interesting thing. He's going to ask me questions on behalf of an audience, and yeah, you're driving this monkey car right now. For about the first 30 minutes, he's going to ask questions, and then 15 minutes we're going to do of direct audience questions, things that don't get covered. And then in the last 10 minutes, I'm going to show some new artwork for the game and hopefully giving away an award if we can hit 10 backers before I go to bed tonight. I'm going to bed right after this stream ends. And all we need is 2 backers. 2 backers. That is it. So if I cannot convince 2 people to join this project at any level between now and the end of this stream, I suck and should just pack it in and quit right now. I'm kidding. I'm going to fire Michael. That's what I'm going to do. Neither one of those things will happen. We are going through in force to the very end, no matter what happens. So, it was your fault anyway. I'm not going to fire him. No, he's too good. There's no way I'm going to fire him. He is very good at what he does. And we're about to find out how good, because I want, within the next 30 seconds, to hear the first question of the night. You're opening up the entire stage for everybody. Give us a good first question. You've got 30 seconds. Go. Oh, you ripped off the Band-Aid. You were like, screw this. We're going right in. Okay. What inspired the monotone? Okay. Now, Friday's live stream that we're going to do, we'll get into who the monotone is, why he exists, and how he functions within the game setting, why he's so important to the game setting. The monotone was a character concept that I had for any superheroes game, but I never could build that character under any rule set that I found ever without breaking the rules. The character was impossible to create, not because he was OP, just because the rules didn't even allow for possibilities of those powers to even exist. Which, some of the games were like Heroes system and Champions, and some really ridiculous systems that allowed ultimate, like personalization of your characters and whatnot. And even they were just like, no, we're going to deny you right now. We don't like your concept. You can't play your stinking concept. Nobody wants your stinking concept. Go ahead and leave us alone. So I did. And after a couple of years of wanting to do a superhero-based game with this character, I reached a certain point, which I'll get into in Friday's stream, that I was just like, okay, now is the time. I'm going to write my own role-playing game so I can create this character, put him into the storyline, and see how the world reacts to him. So that is what inspired me to create the monotone, who he was. And excuse me while I wipe my nose. I'm trying to scratch my nose, and it's doing no good whatsoever. So I apologize. Ugly, I know. That's the face of Hollywood reality right there. So yeah, excellent question. Hopefully I gave you enough information to entice you to come back on Friday and learn everything you can about the monotone. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to give away another award randomly to backers that we have at that point. So, yeah, come back on Friday for the next chance for a random reward, which is basically what I'm calling them because I just came up with that name right now. Okay, so do you have an equally awesome second question for us, a follow-up question, if you would? You should have been thinking of this while I was talking. What was your first character ever? Oh, wait a second. I'm going to need clarification on this. Can I get a red flag and play? For what game? Are you talking about for this game? Because you're going to like my answer if I say this game, if I answer it for this game. But if you just say in general, that's going to be an interesting answer as well. But I just need to know. Yeah, thank you for calling the flag. Awesome. Are you signed up? You retracted it. Oh man. Dadgummit. Don't retract it. That was epic. I want to see that again. I demand a slow motion replay. Oh, he picked it up. Whatever. Trying to find the emoji. Our emojis are failing us. Red flag. There it goes. All right, cool. All right, for this game in general was the question. So, what was my first character ever for this game? Well, here's the thing. I've never played this game. So, if we're just talking about non-player characters, the first one I made was the monotone. Because I had to build the entire rule system around the monotone to make sure that he worked. Because if he didn't work, none of it was going to work. So there's your answer for that, hopefully. And if we're going to go ahead and talk about just my first character ever, I was playing a elven druid, I believe, in Warhammer First Edition Fallout role-playing game. And that because that was my first role-playing game I ever played. And I was playing, I think, an elven druid or something like that. Or no, I know I was playing a druid. Actually, as I think back, I couldn't have played an elven druid. I think humans were the only ones that played druids. So human druid, it was definitely a druid though. So yeah, first character I ever played. And then, like I said, I've never played the Aethyrblood Chronicles because everyone keeps saying no one knows the game as well as I do. Now, someone has tried to run Aethyrblood for me, but we did not get very far into it. And I played as the monotone. We were developing monotone's personal plot line a little bit, but I wouldn't call that a chance for me to just play in a game because I would indeed create my own character. So hopefully that kind of half-ass answers your question, or I don't know, some combination of asses. I don't know what it would be. So yeah, during all that rambling, did you come up with a third question? We are now on question 3. Okay. All right, I've got an icon in the middle of like half your question here. So let me see if I can like scroll up a little bit. And no, I can't. So do you find that there is a lack of true cosmic terror that heroes in typical comics fight? Hopefully that's the way this reads because that's all I can really see of the question right now. And the answer is absolutely. I do not see enough cosmic terror in comic books. Okay, I did get it right. Thank you for that. The closest thing to cosmic terror in comic books that I read is like cosmic stories, but absolute drop down like HP Lovecraft terror. I don't see in comic books because typical comics fighting, at least. I mean, as close as I can get is Starro, for example. That would be a Cthulhian entity of some kind, a little bit more humorous than normal, but still, that would be beyond our comprehension. And he's meant to be a chthonic horror. Definitely, that was how he was, brought about. But and then we have the Blackest Night comic event, which was supposed to be horror based because it's more necromancy. It's not. It's kind of cosmic horror because these characters from all throughout the DC mythos are being brought back from the dead, and horrible things are happening, and all things like that. Fantastic Four has always done some good stuff when it comes to cosmic storylines. But like the last time I saw anyone throw down with a Cthulhian entity was the Doom that came to Gotham, and that was Batman. So and that wasn't like superheroes because it was Batman. I mean, I know Batman's a superhero, but I'm pretending to um, infer your meaning with superpowers because that's what this game has. As characters with superpowers, which that just doesn't happen in comics. Um, which is again one of the reasons why I wanted to incorporate that into my game. So, oh, I got a thumbs up from someone. Thank you. I appreciate that. So now we're going to flip things, and I'm actually going to call upon our audience participation member here, Andrew. I'm going to give Michael a break here. And Andrew, go ahead and give us a question. Anything that can come to mind. You don't know me from Adam, okay? You don't know anything about me. So what is a question I could answer to you right now that would make you back this game? Oh, wait, somehow we ended up with 9 backers. I need to check and see who that backer was because I like to thank the backers as they come online. Andy has backed us as a etheric gamer. So thank you, Andy. I really appreciate that very much. And hopefully we'll be able to interact with you in a stream coming up soon. But yeah, thank you very much, Andy. I really do appreciate it. So okay, Andrew has been nice enough to ask a question. Says, I played some Call of Cthulhu. Can I expect some similar vibes to that system? And how deadly will the system be? Okay. I asked for one question. You gave me 2. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm just gladly will answer both of them. Can I expect some similar vibes to that system, meaning Call of Cthulhu? Absolutely. It would be remiss of me to write a game based on cosmic horror without in some way alluding to the mythic forces behind of Call of Cthulhu. So yes, you can expect a lot of similar vibes. Now, will I run my horror in the exact same way Call of Cthulhu does? No, this is a different game. But the vibage will definitely be there. And to the second part, how deadly will the system be? Well, here's the thing. Death is going to be everywhere. Character death is going to be a little bit on the rarer side because the DPS system, which is the name of the mechanical system, is built for heroic survival under any cost whatsoever. Now, the mechanics are plug and play, which means you can take out some of the mechanics and still play the game, and the difficulty will be much higher because those automatic safety nets that are built into the mechanics, you've just ripped them out of the engine, and now we're playing, steel on steel, and the next thing you know, there's going to be death. Oh yes, there will be. And so yeah, it depends on how difficult you set the game up for yourselves to play it with. That plug and play technology for the game is something I was really proud of. We came up with it during this last convention we did here in Cheyenne. We're also going to be taking it to Gen Con with us this year when we go and showcase it again. So yeah, hopefully that answers your 2 questions. And I've just answered your questions, and I literally said, what questions could I answer to get you to instantly back the project right now? And I see that I'm still at 9 backers. I'm kidding you. I'm so kidding you. I am not putting that kind of pressure on you right now at all. I just thought it was kind of funny to say that in the instance. You'll have to get used to my 6th sense of humor. So no, I greatly appreciate the question. Thank you very much, Andrew. You're very welcome, and I will come back to you. So be thinking of another question. But now I want Michael to guide us to our next question. So you've had plenty of time to listen to a dunce like me rattle on. Michael, give me a good question. Where did I get my start role playing? Oh my gosh. You want to talk about some cosmic horror? Yeah. Okay, get this. Um, when I was very young, I was an avid reader. My mom could not keep books in my hands for long enough. I just read way too fast and I enjoyed reading too much. So she got me started on the Choose Your Own Adventure series way back in the 80s. We're talking early 80s when this started. Um, the next thing you know, she has bought me the entire series of the Choose Your Own Adventure series. Um, where we were, we didn't have access to anything above that at that moment in time. So she went into the city and found something written by a cat named Joe Dever, who is from the UK or was from the UK, bless his soul. He has passed from us in 2016, I think. He wrote a series called The World of Lone Wolf and Lone Wolf. The World of Lone Wolf used a different character, but Lone Wolf was a series of, at the time, 13 choose your own adventure books where you had a character sheet, you rolled dice to get random results that affected your decisions and your gameplay throughout these books. And it was phenomenal. I'm talking, it was high gothic fantasy, and it was very, very like Lovecraftian inspired. You could tell with some of this artwork, you were like, yeah, this guy knew his stuff. And you can still get these books today, not as expensive as you may think. His son, or one of his sons, or something like that, is working with a guy I know with the company, and I can post links later for it if you're interested in learning more about Lone Wolf. But for right now, I'm not here to pump their games. I'm here to pump mine. So that was really my start into role play. From there, I started playing. That was my first. Well, I should say that was my first introduction to a character sheet. From there, I started playing the Dungeon Delver video games like Bard's Quest or Bard's Tale, or why is my nose bothering me? Excuse me again. Uh, Okay, so like the Bard's Tale games, Wizardry, and I can't even remember all the names of them now, but those were computer games. So the first role playing game I got, I was maybe 12 years old, maybe a little bit older, but I seriously doubt it. It was the Warhammer First Edition. Yeah, Bard's Tale. Oh, I love Bard's Tale. And they've made a comeback over the past couple of years too. Um, so, but the first role playing game proper was Warhammer Fantasy First Edition. And that's where I first started role playing, like traditional in the regular sense of things. But I would say if it were not for Lone Wolf, that Choose Your Own Adventure series style that Lone Wolf was, I would have never even picked up Warhammer. And that would mean I would not be here today. So thanks, Mom. Seriously, I appreciate it. She hates it when I say that. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. And if you can give us one more question here, and then we'll go back to Andrew. So Andrew, if you want to think of your next question, I figure it's just us here right now, so we might as well just, you know, take turns. So yeah. So yeah, Michael, what do you got for me next here? Oh, you guys are quite welcome. I mean, come on. This is a blast. What got me into game design? Oddly enough, Warhammer First Edition fantasy role play. There was another series of game books called the Avengers series or something like that. You played a ninja basically, and they were very Very well done. Um, just as good as the Joe Dever books, I dare say, even though Joe Dever was a master of his craft. Um, so this orb series for the ninja started out with Avenger, and then there was like Usurper, and a couple of different books under that title under that series. Um, we never got the final books in that series because of whatever was going on at the time. But now they're back and you can get the entire series again. And of course, I own them all now. And I've gone back and read, and it's been quite a pleasure. Um, but when I read those, I was like, well, I want to play characters like this in Warhammer. So I developed ninja and samurai classes for use with the first edition Warhammer system. That was my first taste of game design. And then someone immediately broke my rules and proved that my game design was poor. And I was like, well, that sucked. I need to fix this. And so I fixed it. And then we went on to other games, and I came up with other new rules for those games. And I was just like, and it was just house rules to begin with, mostly. But that seriously turned into a love, to where finally I was like, you know what? I enjoy this. Why don't I, give it a shot of actually writing my own game? And that's where it came from. So yeah, thank you very much for that question, because that's a very important one. And I want to check something real quick here. We are still at 9 backers. Okay, that's okay. I am not in a rush. I'm not. If we don't get one, by the end of the video, that's okay. That's okay. We still have 115 days left in this 4-month long adventure. So yeah, so that was Michael's question, and Michael has asked 2 questions now, right? Or let me see here. Where'd you get your start role playing? What got me into game design? Yeah, so that was 2 questions. So Andrew, do you have another question for us? Or for me, I guess. Yes, Gen Con. Um, I will be posting a lot on this um, as it gets closer to Gen Con on the backer kit page. But yes, I am planning on running some events for Monty Cook Games, specifically for Numenera, Predation. I'm going to try and run some events for Old Gods of Appalachia. And then I'm going to be running events for the Aethyrblood Chronicles while I'm there as well. So if you are in the Indianapolis area and want to really come by and check out what the game is all about, come by, sign up for the events first, please, because I know what sticklers Gen Con can be. Sign up for the events, come out, meet us at the very least. I will have 5 hardbound copies of the game, still an ashcan version, because obviously we won't have the budget for art yet. But if you come by and say hello, maybe I'll give you one of those 5 copies for free. Maybe, who knows, but that's something we'll deal with when that time comes. So yeah, I'm going to be running a couple different events, like I said, and I really hope to see people there. So yeah, good question. I appreciate that. So yeah, so it is 11 o'clock. So I'm going to check one more time. We are still at 9 backers. I'm looking forward to it as well, Andrew. And if you're in the area, then that's just spectacular, because I love to meet people in face to face and like really get to know what they're expecting to see from the game and what they would like to see from it and things like that. So because of that question, I want to steer us back on the game itself. So Andrew, another question to you, good sir. Ask us a question about the game itself. Not to put you on the spot again or anything, but you guys seem to be having fun with this. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh man, you couldn't give me a straightforward Aethyrblood Chronicles question. You had to ask an outside of the realm question again, but that's cool. We're going to answer it just the same. Has there been a favorite RPG system that you've played? Yeah, I see what you did there. It's all good. Don't worry. Um, has there been a favorite RPG system that you've played, still play, and how has it reflected on the current system that you're working on? Okay, I see what you did there at the end. Okay, very cool. So the only game that really fits into this category, it's tied for first place for my favorite role-playing game of all time. Its sister compatriot that sits at the same spot in the top one slot is Numenera by Monty Cook Games. You can send me that check later, Monty. But that's anyway, or you can give it to me for free when you don't have to ship it out here. I'll pick it up when we're at Gen Con, whatever. It's all good. No, seriously, Numenera has been a favorite of mine since it came out in 2013. I've enjoyed everything. I own all the books that company has ever put out, except for the things that I'm supposed to be getting like soon in the mail. So Numenera unfortunately does not translate very well into this game system. So its sister position game, Werewolf the Apocalypse. Now I've worked on this game at various levels for decades. All right. I even developed live action rules for way back in the day. Now, in Werewolf, there are aspects that are kind of mirrored in my game, but I took it a step further. My game kind of has an Umbra. Whereas if you look at the powers, there's a certain power called Spirit Walk. And it allows you to step into a spirit world. The spirit world is essentially a sister. It's like the opposite of our world, obviously. And you get bonuses for interacting with it as opposed to the physical world. But it's also the closest step to take to move on to other dimensions that are possible within my game setting. So it's not just the Umbra as it's presented in Werewolf the Apocalypse. No, I wanted to make it more fitting to a superhero genre, to a cosmic horror genre, which actually Werewolf the Apocalypse leads itself to very well. So all I did was really say, okay, now going into the spirit world makes it easier for you to cross into other dimensions, other time streams, and stuff like that, which is a big proponent of the game. The multiverse is a thing in Aethyrblood Chronicles. So yeah, I think that answers your question right there. That was actually really simple to do. And we've got somebody else in chat. Do we have somebody else in chat with us now? Well, let them jump in on the fun. Please, if you're new into chat, drop us a hello so we can say hello to you. And I'll give you a few seconds to do that if there is indeed somebody there that I am not seeing right now. And you don't feel pressured. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. But whether you say something or not, thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening in. I appreciate everybody's valuable time, as I know it's getting late in some places. So I think we have time for one more question. So if indeed we have a new viewer out there, I'm going to give you the question. But I can only give you a few minutes to come up with one, because if not, we need to move on to everything else that we have planned for tonight. We are still only at 9 backers, so we did not unlock the secret super reward. the random reward for this live stream. That just means we'll have another one sooner. You know, no big deal. Oh, you didn't mean to steal the question. I didn't know you've now you throw the flag, guaranteed. Yes, throw the flag on him. Flag down, penalty play. At the end of the fourth quarter, because literally we're running out of time here. So I don't see anybody else typing anything right now. So if you're new to the video stream, to the live stream, and you didn't get to ask a question, ask me a question in one of the discussion places on there we go. There's our flag. Ask me a question through the backer kit, and I guarantee you I will get you an answer as quickly as possible. But for now, we're going to go with Andrew's question for the last question of the night. And I just want to give it one more check. We are still at 9 backers. Oh no, I'll check it one more time before I put the hammer down. But okay, so let's see what this is here. This is a simple question. I've noticed a lot of dice are divisible by 3, as you mentioned in the stats that the characters is still. I don't understand that question whatsoever. I don't know how dice are divisible by 3. You've stumped me, and I'm the game designer. So congratulations, but I'm going to call flag and play. Stumping the game designer. 10-yard penalty awarded to me at the last minute. Yes. There we go. There it is. Thank you. I want everyone to notice it's right there. I'm having way too much fun with this. So what do you mean? You're going to need to explain your question, Andrew, here, because I don't understand exactly what you're meaning. You've noticed that a lot of the dice are 6s. What? Are you looking at the same thing I am? A lot of the dice are 6s. Or does that say D12s and D6s? Is that what that says? Because I can't read it because the stupid heart icon is like right there in the middle of it. At least for the attributes. D3s and D6s. No, I don't think you have access to any characters with D3s and attributes. What are you looking at, may I ask? Michael, did you show him the rule book? Naughty, naughty. Well, give me a page book or page number if you happen to be looking at a PDF of the game. Some people have access to free copies. You might have gotten your hands on one of those. That might be why you haven't backed yet. In that case, I will hunt down the person that gave you that copy, and I'm kidding. I would never do that. But if you can give me a page number that you're referring to, I will pull it up in my master copy of the book so far, and we'll get down to this. Maybe you're looking at the wrong page. I think you're looking at the wrong book, good sir. I dare say you are. I dare. Because I'll just explain this to you right now. The dice vary between D3 to D4 to D6 to D8 to D10 and D12. That's the dice scale. Is more related to your experience with D&D. Can I expect D&D 5e like similarities? Absolutely nothing in my game is like 5e. And I don't say that with anything against D&D, but kind of at the same time I do. I am tired of linear fantasy that does not allow you to create a character that is unique. There, I've said it. I'm done with it. I'm going to walk past that now. And no one can put a flag on play for me for that, because if you've played D&D, you know that it's very easy to sit down at a convention or anywhere else and two people have the exact same character. Maybe with different backgrounds, maybe we were the different subclass, but they're playing the exact same character. Literally, I have run open events at game stores and realized that I had 2 Gloomstalkers in my party. That's not fun. That is not fun at all. So my game is not level based at all. There are no character levels, or there are no classes. My game, the Aethyrblood Chronicles, is point based. You build the exact character you want. You put the points in the places you want to express your character within. If you want your character to be a certain strength level, you spend enough points to get it to that strength level. If your character wants to be fat, if you want your character to be faster, you put the points there, and so on and so forth, all throughout the character creation system, or system, not character creation system, not the word I'm looking for, all through the character creation process. You put the points where you want them to get the character the way you want them to be. And then the dice, you're rolling a dice pool instead of just a D20. So typically you have an attribute and a skill, and you have a die value on each one. So you would roll the die value for the attribute. You would roll the die attribute, or sorry, rewind, pull that sucker to shore. You would take a attribute die and a skill die, bring them together, roll them together versus a target number. And if you meet or better that target number, you succeed. But you're always rolling multiple dice instead of just one die. So I hope that explains things a little bit better. And I know I went over time a little bit on that because I was tripping over my own tongue, because I'm getting tired and caffeine is not helping me. Do you need me to clarify that a little bit more? Because, or maybe, oh yeah, you appreciate the answers. I appreciate you. Look at the front page. Look at the story section of the backer kit. I explain the rules pretty decently in there. And I go through what the attributes are, what the traits are, the skills, and everything, how to build a dice pool. That's all on the primary page within the backer kit. So you can see all that right there. I'm not holding anything back, because there was even a time the DPS system was available for free use. And I'm expecting to see some people from coming on to one of my live streams going, hey, why isn't it for free use anymore? And we'll have that discussion when we get there. But for now, this is the last time I am going to check the backer situation tonight. I hesitate. If I could give a drum roll, I would. But I'm going to look right now. We are still at 9 backers. So we unfortunately will not have a random reward for tonight. So I encourage you to come to another live stream. I'm going to be doing 3 live streams a week. I made a post specifically about that, showing you what the live streams will be each time during each session of the week, and what to expect on the sessions to come. And I've got like a loose hair scratching my nose. It's been doing this the entire video, and it's going bonkers. But if you could see my beard right now, which of course you can, you could see how unkempt it is and why this situation is really bothering me. Anyway, I'll fix that in a minute, because I can't go to sleep like this. So 9 backers, no random reward tonight. So what I will do, I promised some artwork. So this is Um, one of my newest artists that I've hired has done a piece of artwork. He'll have another one for me tomorrow, or he'll be working on it tomorrow, I should say. If he gets it to me tomorrow, that would be epic. But I am going to post this somewhere. I need to figure out where to post this. So community. Let me see here. I can't make a comment. I can't. I don't know how to do this in conjunction to the episode we're filming right now. We're doing the live stream for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an update right now so that you guys can take a look at this artwork and talk about it, because this is the style of artwork I want to see for the end value production line of my game. So and I'm keeping the post very brief. I'll have his name. I am going to come on. If my computer would warm up real quick and allow me to put this in here. Why can't you be ready like I am, huh? There it is, and we'll put that there. And you know what? We're going to just save this as is right now. So literally, you can check out this new update right now. Well, not right now, but momentarily. It has now been published. So if you're a backer right now, you got the update for it, update notification for it. So you can take a look at this absolutely wicked piece of art that has been designed for my game. I'm freaking out over it. Have been all day. Check this out. It is absolutely phenomenal and I love it. So I lied. Okay. We have 8 minutes left. So what I'm going to do here is, because I run the show here. You know, this is my baby. I am going to ask for 2 more questions here, but they have to be about the game in some way. None of this. Tell me about how you came to do this with the game or anything like that. No trick questions. I want to see questions about the game itself, however you want to talk about the game itself, without asking me all the background, because that's what the project is for me to show you the background and whatnot. I want reasons for people to have to watch the live streams. So yeah, that's what I want to see right now. So if we could please, let me get back over here. We are going to, yeah, get those nose hairs plugged. I know, it's horrible, man, absolutely horrible. Um, so we're gonna go with Michael, and he's gonna ask the his last question, because it's his job to. And then we're going to ask the last question to Andrew, because he is the guest and he should be able to close us out for the night. So, Andrew, be thinking of a really good question to call it quits for the night. Michael, you are now on deck. Swing, batter. Ooh, very good question. Thank you for bringing this up. The question I'll read out because I don't know if you guys can actually see chat or not, but I'm going to read it out. Um, in the game, am I subject to a cosmic horror in how I get my powers, or do I inherently gain the power from something in some way? This is an incredible question for the concept of this game. So, elevator pitch time, boys and girls. In the beginning of time, there are this alien race of super beings, basically, known as the Ignati. Now, the Ignati are on par with like the old ones of the Cthulhian mythos. And the Ignati have been going around seeding intelligent life with superpowers throughout all of time. Finally, they have come to Earth and they're giving humanity phenomenal cosmic powers. And that is how characters earn their powers in this game. Being selected by some entity in another dimension. Somehow, you don't know how you're selected, and that doesn't get discussed during character creation process either. That's something that can come up during the gameplay, though. But that thing that gives you power is utterly and completely maddening. It is horrible beyond definition. And for some reason, it wants to give you power, which can bring up a whole slew of plot lines in and of itself. Just that right there, that simple concept leading into the game. So yeah, they're called the Ignati, and that's the race of these aliens. They're basically alien intelligences like the old ones. And in case you didn't know this, where the title Aethyrblood comes from is playable characters are called Aethers. So the Aethyrblood Chronicles insinuates that there's something in the Aether's blood about about something that makes them the way they are. Take that for what you will. So that is an excellent question for you to knock out of the park for us right here at the end of the game. We have 3 minutes left. Andrew, what do you got for me? Oh man, you should have been ready to swing with this. Like you should have had it typed up and ready to hit enter. Okay. You were going to ask what character creation options are available to players. I thought you thought that I answered a little bit of the question. Okay. So the game, essentially, you're asking what options you have at character creation. The game, of course, is called the Aethyrblood Chronicles. It is intended for you to play as an Aether, getting these phenomenal cosmic powers from an Ignati. That is what is intended. However, this is a game book. You know, this is a rule system with a setting. So the first book, haha, I'm leaving you on a cliffhanger. What does he mean with this? What do you mean first book? The first book in the series, haha, has 3 things you can play. The Aether, a artificially created psychic, or a super soldier. Because the super soldier is basically the world's answer to the growing problems of the Aethers. So those are the 3 available with the first book. And having said that, it is nearly time to call this quits. We don't have any time for any more questions. I want to thank you guys. Even though there were not many people here tonight, I want to thank you very much for making this entertaining for me. I had a lot of fun with this. Yeah. This is probably going to end on us automatically. So thank you for coming out. Hopefully we'll talk again here real soon. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's all I can really say right now. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. And next time around, we'll do some more stuff and get a lot more information out there to hopefully a wider audience. So for now, take care, everybody. Happy gaming, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.